Today I'm doing a foil and polish manicure. The final look will be similar to this. The supplies that I'm using today are white by Clean Color as the base, Nebula by Fresh Paint as my outlined color, as well as foil adhesive, a silver scattered hollow nail foil. Base coat is, of course, Orly by Bonder, and my top coat is, of course, Sèche Vite. To get started, I have my base coat on my nails, and I'm going to lay down a layer of white polish as the base to kind of hide any gaps and make the foil pop a little bit. So as always, I start out just a little bit away from my cuticle and then bring my polish out and down toward the tip and cap the tip. I'm only doing one layer today because I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to deal with putting 2 layers. It's going to be thick enough as it is with all of the glue, foil, and other polishes all over the place. All right, I'm going to take care of my right hand, let this dry, and I'll be back. So now that my base color is applied, dried, and cleaned up, we're going to do the adhesive. Now with the white base, it's going to be a little bit harder to see than if I had used something dark like a dark blue or a black, but the white, through experimentation, the white came out the best as far as a base went. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it on, or paint the adhesive on right where the paint is. You can kind of see the adhesive going down because it has a slight blue tint. I'm not capping my nails with this. And what I need to do is wait for this to dry enough so that it becomes translucent. Even if it's dry, it's going to be sticky, which is what's going to make the foil adhere. You can't use it when it's wet like this because it just turns into a big pile of gloop. So now that I've got the adhesive down on all of my nails, I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back. Okay, so now that the glue has dried enough to be tacky but not goopy, we'll start applying the foil. So as you can see, it's basically a piece of plastic with pretty metal pieces on it. When you apply it, you're not looking to apply it over your whole nail. You just apply it in bits. And tack it to your nail for a sec and then pull up. And it will leave the shiny part behind when you pull the plastic part up. It takes a while to get your whole nail covered. And inevitably, I find there's always going to be a spot that's going to be reluctant to get covered. And there's one nail that actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting. And the reason why I used the white is because it kind of fades underneath. And you can see with my thumb how it didn't get it up here, so I'm going to try that spot again. That might also be a spot where I just didn't get a whole lot of glue. Yeah, I'm thinking that's just a spot I didn't get a lot of glue on. So I will fix that in a little bit. And again, I'm just going to lay the foil down, press, and you can kind of see it start to separate a little bit. And then pull up. The downside of doing all 10 fingers with the glue at the same time is your other hand is going to get stuck to the foil, which can help with removal of the plastic, but it could also most of the time be a pain in the ass. And when you put the glue down, you've got to be careful not to get it on your skin, otherwise you're going to get stuck with foil on your skin. Which, not that big of a deal because it does wash off, but it's just a pain. I'll try to get that last spot. So what I'll probably end up doing is 2 layers of foil before working on the rest of it. But you can see they're getting nice and covered. With a linear hollow like this, it's a lot easier to hide the points where the foil is overlapped. If you have something that's going to be more of a design, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to hide the overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off my nails, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat of glue and a second coat of foil, and then I'll be back. Now that I've got all my nails hollow-fied with the foil, I'm actually going to add one more coat of glue. One of the things that I found out is that a normal glossy top coat that is polish based, like Seche Vite in just about everything except for a little ondine, will cause the foil to wrinkle and look just absolutely horrible. By putting an extra layer of glue on top of it, somehow it prevents it from getting gross from the top coat and allows the foil to retain the way it's supposed to look. So it's just a quick coat of glue. Once that becomes clear and I can see through it, then I will start adding in the extra polish. I'm going to get that taken care of and then I'll meet you back. Now that the glue has dried and gone transparent, it's time to add in the center. And this is Fresh Paint's Nebula. This, out of all of the other colors that I tested, ended up being the one that looked the best. So in order to make it so that the foils are outlining, I'm going to start in the center of where I want and then bring it almost to the edge and down. Now this is probably going to need a couple of coats, and then I'm going to cap the part where the color is. So rotate my finger and down, and then again for the other side. And make that just a little bit darker. There we go. And then cap the center. And as you can see, one of the downfalls of having adhesive on your nails without putting something over the adhesive is you get fluffies stuck. But tweezers are great for removing fluffies. I think I'm going to actually take a little bit off of that one because I don't like where that ended up. So I'll just come along, gently wipe. And now I'm going to patch that. And that looks better. And then with the thinner nails, like on your ring finger and your pinky, you don't have to slide the brush quite as dramatically. Or quite as far to the side to get what you're looking for. In fact, with my pinky, I should be able to just do a stripe down the center. Maybe a little bit on the sides. Right, I'm going to finish my nails, get everything else, do a second coat, and then I'll meet you back. I've got all my nails done so that the foil is outlining the red. So now I'm going to do my top coat. With foils, it's not too difficult to avoid smearing them, but because I've got polish on top of it, I'm still going to use a fairly large glob of top coat as I go over it so that I don't pick up the color and smear it. And as you can see, that extra layer of glue has allowed the foil to remain shiny. And sometimes you just gotta grin and bear it with the little hairs and fuzz that get stuck in adhesive and sometimes your polish. Usually you can just hide them along the tip. There is still some white poking through on the foils, but it's not super visible, which is the reason why I chose white, because it kind of hides in the background. I could have used a silver, but silver polishes are a pain in the ass to clean off. Foils clean off a lot easier than holographic polishes, glitter polishes, or metallic polishes. So there's the final look. Thanks for watching.